privilege, responsibility, and dedication.
Upholding medical justice.
Trust, service, and opportunity.
The white coat means to me.
The white coat means to me.
The white coat means to me.
The white coat.
The white coat means to me. What the white coat means to me.
One more time.
Okay.
So we'll do.
To me, the white coat means that I will be joining one of the few physician scientists of color in the country.
Privilege.
Dedication, hope.
Family, committing to care.
The white coat signifies an insatiable curiosity and a drive for intellectual growth through lifelong learning.
The white coat also represents the past. It represents all the hard work we put in to get here and all the support our loved ones have put behind us.
It signifies the limitless opportunities to serve my community as a culturally competent physician.
It's a lifetime of care and responsibility for the patients that we serve and that we treat.
Progress.
Empathy.
Legacy.
Equitable.
Living the dream.
Wearing a white coat means you're automatically classified as someone who puts others before yourself.
People trust you to care and advocate for them, and with that comes a responsibility to provide ethical and compassionate care.
By being guided by a perspective of both service and advocacy, you can create a really good foundation of being committed to change.
It is a symbol of unity, as it is a common thread that weaves all medical professionals together in their servitude of their patients.
Service, trust,
Responsibility.
Grateful.
I have wanted to be a doctor since I was 3 years old. On my Star of the Week and 3L Nursery, I wrote Children's Doctor. And now a white coat means that dream is no longer just a dream, but a tangible way to make a difference in this world.
I often reflect on whether my ancestors and great-grandparents ever thought it possible for one of their descendants to wear one of the infamous white coats.
a journey of scholarship, of discovery, and of service. Even though we have many, many long nights ahead of us, I look forward to spending them with each and every one of you.
I think we will really get to know the fabric of each and every one of us. We all have one goal in mind, which is to be great physicians.
And I'm excited to see where we end up and how we're going to help each other commit to our dreams and goals and aspirations.
We all have individual gifts and talents, and together we can do extraordinary things.
To not forget the love and the patience that others gave us for us to get to this step as we undergo some of the most difficult but most rewarding years of our lives.
We'll get through it.
We're all in this together.
We're about to be best friends.
We did it, y'all.
We're all a family.
We're awesome. And we're going to be awesome doctors.
we're starting off on a good foot. Nice job. So good afternoon and welcome everyone to the 2024 Icahn School of Medicine at Mount Sinai White Coat Ceremony. I am David Thomas, and please have a clap. It's for you. Have a clap. Have a clap. So I am David Thomas. I'm the Dean for Medical Education and Chair for the Department of Medical Education for the Icahn School of Medicine at Mount Sinai. And it's my incredible pleasure to welcome all of you here today for our celebration. So I've been at many white coat ceremonies for our school. This one is a particularly special one in that it's my first white coat ceremony as Dean and Chair. I'm thrilled to chair in this excitement as we offer white coats to our future graduates of Icahn Mount Sinai. As you were finding your ways to your seats, you heard the voices of some of our students sharing their feelings about this moment and the meaning in their lives. During this momentous day, I am personally transported back to my days as a medical student and the excitement of starting the process of becoming a doctor. Personally, I did not know what to expect, as I was the first person in my family to go to college and to go to medical school. I was always in awe of wearing my white coat as a student and taking those first steps into the hospital to see patients. And I still today am in awe wearing my white coat as I see patients. It is a privilege that we uniquely have and links us to an incredible profession going back hundreds of years. Importantly, it symbolizes the professionalism that we are all attest to. It also symbolizes trust. Trust that I will prioritize the care of others over my own beliefs. That I have knowledge and understanding to collaborate with my team and contribute to the healing and care of our patients. It also symbolizes now the transition into the medical profession for you. My coat, like yours, reminds me of my journey, my sacrifice, and my commitment to medicine. Today, I honor and celebrate all of you with your loved ones that supported you on your journey. Today, I pledge with you to uphold the tenets of our profession, and today with you will bear witness to your rite of passage to our wonderful profession. It is now my pleasure to introduce to you Dr. Valerie Parkas, Professor of Medicine and Medical Education, Senior Associate Dean for Admissions and Recruitment at the Icahn School of Medicine, and our Interim Senior Associate Dean for Student Affairs. Dr. Parkas?
Thank you, Dr. Thomas. Welcome, everyone. It is really just an enormous privilege and pleasure to be here with you today. Students, faculty, staff, family, the whole team is here, and we are just so honored to be here with you. I want to shout out and say thank you to the two teams that I have the distinct pleasure of working with in admissions and in student affairs, because I think that it's been a labor of love for them to get you all here and have you in this class, and to nurture you on your journey. I want to say to the incoming class of 2024 at Icahn School of Medicine at Mount Sinai, we commend you. Many of you came straight from high school to college to medical school. If that is the case, you graduated from high school in the spring of 2020. You see where I'm going with this. You started college in the fall of 2020. You therefore had no high school graduation celebration, no prom, no senior athletic banquet, no final theater celebration and curtain call. You started college in masks with remote classes, no study groups, socialization, freshman rites of passage, or developmental milestones. Others of you had sophomore or junior year disrupted, or gap year experiences disrupted, or another career disrupted before medical school. In any of these situations, you opted to go into medicine during a global medical and public health crisis. We commend you. You opted to go into medicine, persevered, took science courses, did clinical work, served others, and did biomedical research, not only during COVID, the public health crisis I was referring to, but during other public health crises that are unfolding on a daily basis. Gun violence, a mental health crisis, the opioid epidemic, political violence, scientific disinformation, climate disruption, hate rhetoric, all that to say that you have reframed these issues. You have stood up and said, I will arm myself with the tool of a medical education and stand proud and stubbornly optimistic and advocate for patients and communities despite all these crises. You are living through the history of medicine and not backing down. We commend you. Not only that, entering class of 2024 at Icahn School of Medicine at Mount Sinai, we will walk hand in hand with you as your faculty, mentors, colleagues, family, and friends to be change agents with you. We lock arms with you because we commend you and you inspire us. We have a lot to do, and with you as the next generation of physicians, we are in good hands. Thank you for committing to this profession. It is now my distinct pleasure to introduce Richard Friedman, co-chair of the Board of Trustees, Mount Sinai Health System.
Thanks, Valerie, another co-alum from Brown University. This is like the best day of the year. I stole that quote from a doctor over there, Meredith Grossman. Where are you, Meredith? There you go. I stole that quote from her. We were all talking about this as we were in the back, that this is such a special day and the beginning. So class of 2028, parents, family members, faculty, and honored guests, welcome to the 2024 White Coat Ceremony of the Icahn School of Medicine at Mount Sinai. Students, I'm honored to share this rite of passage with you, not only as co-chairman of the Board of Trustees of the Mount Sinai Health System, but also as the father of an Icahn Mount Sinai graduate from 12 years ago, who texted me before this, goes, can you believe, Dad, it's been 12 years? It's gonna go fast. So I know the well-deserved pride that your parents and family members feel right now. I know your excitement. So this is a good time to say thank you to them because they helped get you here. So why don't you all together thank your parents and friends for being here today and getting you to this journey. So in a few minutes, when you walk onto this stage to be coded, you'll be symbolically stepping forward on a path to a deeply meaningful career. Your 4 years of education here at Icahn Mount Sinai will be a transformational experience that will elevate you from a dreamer to a doer, a journey that will give you the power to heal for those who are ill, the power to ease and end suffering. You will learn more than just biomedical facts, more than a manual on how to diagnose and treat illness and injury. Here at Mount Sinai, one of the nation's great health systems, you will learn to provide compassionate care, to merge your skills with your concern as a human being, to become a complete physician. This approach to medicine is central to the Mount Sinai ethos, and I'm certain it will be gratifying, particularly because your generation is so focused on mission and purpose. Healing a patient is satisfying. Healing a patient with compassionate care is truly fulfilling. Icahn Mount Sinai's new Ascend curriculum is designed to ensure your education is innovative, comprehensive, and personalized. It will also be tough, but I know you are equal to the task. Class of 2028 are an outstanding group of students among the very best of the best in the world. The trustees take great pride in you and how you will contribute to the Icahn Mount Sinai. Our School of Medicine was born of a hospital. You're going to hear that a fair amount. Not as a part of a giant university. As a result, we have unparalleled academic independence and complete integration with our health system, which is pretty unique. Today, just 56 after our first students began their studies, we are one of the very top medical schools in the nation and a research powerhouse. We're also very proud of Mount Sinai's values. In 1855, our first hospital opened its doors to serve people who were denied care elsewhere because of their Jewish faith. The hospital quickly became an institution devoted to providing care to everyone, regardless of religion, race, ethnicity, or sexual orientation. We believe all patients and all people are deserving of dignity and respect, and an ironclad commitment that we have maintained throughout our history. At Mount Sinai, there is no place for bias or discrimination. You're going to hear that a lot. We're living in a very difficult period right now. That includes anti-Semitism, Islamophobia, and anti-Asian hate, evils that sadly are on the rise and on the doorsteps in our society and in our neighborhoods. Here at Mount Sinai, you are part of an inclusive, collaborative, and inspiring School of Medicine. It's a place where you will have the opportunity to meet and learn from great physicians and scientists who are expanding the boundaries of medicine. So maintain your curiosity, your diligence, and importantly, your dedication. It's going to pay off. I'm telling you, my son is a very happy young man 12 years into this. And everyone says, it's a long journey. It's a long journey, but all of the journeys we have that are rewarding are worth it. It will pay off because your education here will be a strong foundation and a launching pad for many great opportunities. On behalf of the Board of Trustees, we congratulate you and wish you the best. Now we have another rookie here today. It's my pleasure to introduce our new and outstanding Chief Executive, Dr. Brendan Carr, who happens to be one of the nation's leading academic experts in emergency medicine and healthcare policy. As I was talking, Brendan was hearing in the back that this is like the best day of the year. He goes, why is it the best day of the year? I goes, I don't even remember my white coat ceremony. Well, he's going to remember this white coat ceremony. Given Dr. Carr's passion for medical education, I know he will ensure that Icahn Mount Sinai continues to excel as one of the nation's very top medical schools. Dr. Carr.
I don't remember it because we didn't make a very big deal of it. It is really a joy to see what a big deal we make of it here. Each and every one of you deserve it, and every one of you in the back deserve it. Thanks, Rich, for your remarks. It's great to have an amazing partner like Rich as my board co-chair. And it's nice to hear him talk about the fact that he once sat in those seats, the cheap seats in the back, as a proud parent of a student entering medical school. So welcome to all the faculty, the residents, families, friends, loved ones. It's really a joy to be with you here today. It is my first time as CEO. And like many of you down here, I was the first in my family to go to med school, and my parents were forever baffled by how long it took. My mom, a now retired kindergarten teacher, asked me over and over the hard questions. Yours may ask you similar ones, like, honey, does it take everyone this long, or is it just you? And because I'm an emergency doctor, and really still to this day, she asks me, do you think you're ever going to have an office like a real doctor? So parents, if you're wondering these sorts of things, well, they're not done, and yes, it's going to take a long time, and yes, they are still students, but today they really do become something more. They become physicians in training, and it's one small step on the journey, but it's a really, really significant one, because by putting on this coat, you cross a threshold. Up until now, your education has been about having the right answers. As MDs and PhDs, I bet you were in the front of your class and you had your hands raised, you had them raised high, because you knew that if you read the right books and you did the right work, filled out the right flashcards, stayed up late, got up early, that the answers were there. But now you're moving away. You're moving away from the certainty of the research to the uncertainty of real life. My advice to you all is to embrace the uncertainty. Get comfortable not knowing the exact answers, and give yourself grace when you make mistakes. Your patients aren't always going to tell you what's wrong. They're not going to know. And you may not even be able to ask them about their family histories or what happened that day in order for you to try to triangulate it. You won't have time to visit the library, You won't have time to do all the research, and much of the research may be incomplete. What you learn next doesn't come from hours studying a textbook. It comes in the seconds between here and gone while holding pressure, pumping on someone's chest, weighing the evidence, and making really, really difficult decisions. You will forget your grades, your rank, your status, the jobs, the roles that you've earned, because this isn't about being right. This is about being kind. You will get it right. You will get it right a lot, and people will live long, long, healthy lives because of the work that you do. You'll learn things that can't be taught, things that have to be experienced, like how to hold someone's hand and give them the worst news imaginable, and how to hold on to the absolute joy that comes when we least expect it. There will be good times. Babies are going to giggle. You're going to say you're going to be okay. Your hours and your years of training are going to provide immeasurable relief. But sometimes you're going to get it wrong. And when you do, if you own those mistakes, you'll learn. And if you look the people that are trusting you in the eye and you keep your chin up, you will grow. I have a crystal clear memory as a medical student delivering a baby, resident standing next to me, coaching me. It was minimum 400 degrees in the room, or I was hot for another reason, I'm not sure. And in the quiet moments between pushes, this mom, she looked at me. She knew I was being taught. I mean, she's listening to the resident coaching me. And she stared me directly in the eye and said, "Don't drop him." I didn't. And I'm confident that you won't. This next chapter of your education is going to be harder than the ones that have come before, but it's also going to be more beautiful and more meaningful. You're going to go from learner to practitioner to teacher with incredible speed, adjusting and adapting, saving lives, and providing comfort along the way. You'll learn to thrive when there are so many more questions than answers, and you'll stop seeking absolute solutions, and you'll become more comfortable with the unknown. Never fully comfortable, but always prideful and humbly aware of this enormous responsibility that is now yours. There's good news. You're not alone on this journey. Mount Sinai is nimble, and we adjust in real time. Healthcare is evolving, and you are at the center of this generational shift in the way that medicine is practiced. You're going to solve unsolvable problems, answer questions we never thought we would have answers to, and we are here to guide you and to support you. We're in this together with a very, very simple and beautiful mission of taking care of our patients, taking care of the people around us, and improving the health of the world. We live in a deeply complex and divided time, and there are not easy answers within the walls of the hospital or outside, as you well know. So what we need are leaders who believe that service and sacrifice are sacred, sacred callings, and who know how to find solutions even in uncertainty, and who see hurting and hardship, and they respond with hope and humanity. That's the heart of the oath that you'll take today. Putting on that white coat doesn't mean you're no longer a student. Physicians never stop being students. Please, no one tell my mom. Whether we're in the clinic or we're out in the community, whether we're at someone's bedside or in a boardroom, we're always asking questions, always learning, always stepping into the uncertainty, and always ready to help and to heal, no matter what we find. We never cease in the acquisition of knowledge. And I welcome you on this journey. It's my privilege, it's my pleasure. I know it is the pleasure and privilege of your loved ones and teachers as we continue to watch you in awe together. Congratulations. Thank you. Last rookie of the day. It's my pleasure to introduce Dr. Dennis Charney, the Ann and Joel Ehrenkrantz Dean of the Icahn School of Medicine at Mount Sinai, President for Academic Affairs for the Mount Sinai Health System, who has done this many times before and knows exactly the drill. Thank you, Dennis.
Thank you. So I'm going to add, my congratulations to the class of 2028, and also to the parents, family members, and faculty, and to the members of the Board of Trustees. Add my welcome to the annual White Coat Ceremony. Students, this is an exciting day for you. It's an important milestone toward your career in medicine. However, it's also an exciting day for me, not only because I take great pride in you, because when I look at you, I do see the future of medicine. I'm not a rookie. This is my 18th white coat ceremony. 51 years ago, I can't believe I just said that, I was sitting in your position, a first-year medical student. It was 1973. On the radio was John Lennon's Imagine, his iconic song about peace and harmony and a better future for the world. My class was determined to make the world better by healing the ill. We could only imagine the bright future ahead for medicine, how dramatic advances would help us save lives and improve the quality of life for millions of people. But in 1973, many of the tools available to doctors today didn't exist. I'm going to give you some examples. There were no MRI scans. There were no PET scans. No statins for reducing cholesterol. No ACE inhibitors for reducing blood pressure. There were no new treatments for depression or schizophrenia. No immunotherapies for cancer patients. No fundamental advances in the development of vaccines. And the sequencing of the human genome had not occurred. So you might wonder, how do we make patients better? But we did. But I want you to try to imagine your life without a smartphone, because we didn't have any. In fact, the company, Apple Computer, did not exist. And get this, all telephones had cords attached to wires in the wall. Phone numbers refer to a place, not a person. And to make a call from the street, you needed to insert a dime in a payphone. Parents and grandparents, do you remember that? So in just 50 years, how has the world changed? That is especially true in medicine. We have seen tremendous innovations, many of which occurred right here at Mount Sinai. For example, we developed new chemotherapy and immunotherapy, curing cancer patients and improving their quality of life. Developed new, highly effective treatments for inflammatory bowel disease. New therapies for major depression. New imaging techniques that were able to identify early signs of heart disease and cancer. And numerous novel and highly effective surgical techniques. These are going to be your teachers. And that is just a small sampling of our achievements, and we're just getting started. And you're going to be on that journey with us. Now, class of 2028, I want you to close your eyes. Everybody, close your eyes. And I want you to imagine what medicine can be over the next 50 years when you'll be in my position looking back on your careers. How will you apply artificial intelligence? How will you use the patient's genomic sequencing data to prevent, predict, and treat human disease? How will advances in digital medicine allow you to identify medical problems in real time, outside the hospital, outside the clinic, facilitating early intervention? What medicines will be discovered that are more precise and more effective? What else will happen? Time will only tell. And I can't imagine what will happen. Now open your eyes. Class of 2028, well, what are you imagining is what you can make possible. Many of you will become clinicians. You'll be able to apply new technologies to improve diagnosis so that disease can be caught earlier and treat more effectively. Others of you will become researchers. You will extend the boundaries of science to find new therapies. And some of you will become healthcare leaders and policymakers who can build a more comprehensive and equitable healthcare system here in the United States and around the world. Wherever your paths lead over the next decades, you will create the future. At Mount Sinai, including our faculty behind me, we see this as our responsibility to advance medicine for the benefit benefit of patients worldwide. We are investing very heavily in artificial intelligence. In fact, we just opened a new building on campus devoted to AI and human health. We have recruited great scientists, not only from the biomedical sciences, but also from the worlds of technology, engineering, and math, so that we can harness the full potential of advanced computing. We have the Mount Sinai Million Health Discovery Program, where we're sequencing the genes of 1 million Mount Sinai patients, creating the most diverse genomic database, using machine learning algorithms to generate insights that will translate into routine clinical care while you are a medical student and beyond. And our Precise Immunology Institute has identified new approaches by engineering what we call CAR T cells that will improve the outcome of patients with cancer. Tumors will become vulnerable to attack the cancer. The Icahn Genomic Institute also has developed a new formulation that enables the precise delivery of mRNA and CRISPR therapeutics, which are now treating such difficult and serious diseases as cystic fibrosis, sickle cell anemia, and Alzheimer's disease. So these are just some of the targeted therapies we are developing at Mount Sinai. So big changes will occur over the course of your careers. But what won't change is the fact that medicine will still be highly challenging on a very personal level. As physicians, you will face difficult days. You will be with patients and their families at the toughest times in their lives. And there is no ChatGPT, no automated formula for dealing with these moments. You will need to apply your knowledge with an equal dose of care. You will need to rely on your humanity. This is an important part of what we nurture here at Icahn Mount Sinai. We teach compassionate care. Let me also be clear. The white coat you are about to receive does not represent your induction into an elite society. Rather, it represents your acceptance of great responsibility, a commitment to your patients, persistence, personal sacrifice, a collaborative spirit, and your willingness to step forward to lead and to serve. These are the qualities that make great clinicians and researchers. And I know you have all that in you. John Lennon imagined that there would be no war, no conflict, no greed, nor hunger. And together we can imagine a world with far less suffering and pain. A world where there be no disease that cannot be diagnosed and treated. That is all possible during your lifetime. Now, you are among the most talented medical school students in the nation, and we believe you have limitless potential. And if you don't do it, who will? Think of that. So as you progress in the next 4 years and beyond, I want you to maintain this perspective. Keep imagining what is possible. Imagine what you can achieve, and know that you can make those dreams come true. And as John Lennon wrote, you may say that I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Charney. So now I have the honor of introducing our 2024 Hans Popper, MD, PhD keynote speaker, Dr. Christian Payan. And before I continue, though, I would like to take a moment to acknowledge and thank Deborah and Frank Popper, son and daughter of Dr. Hans Popper, who are present with us today in the audience. We named this lecture after Dr. Popper, who was a pioneer in forming the fields of pathology and hepatology and one of the founding fathers of our medical school. Dr. Christian Payan is an assistant professor of orthopedic trauma and reconstructive surgery at Duke University School of Medicine and a core faculty member at the Duke Margolis Institute for Health Policy. He is also the CEO and co-founder of Revel AI Health, an AI-driven healthcare company focused on equity-conscious, value-based musculoskeletal care. He is also a graduate from the Icahn School of Medicine at Mount Sinai in 2016. Dr. Payan's work centers on developing population health models that integrate artificial intelligence and data science to enhance clinical care, promote health equity, and address the social drivers of health. His research explores the impact of social drivers and value-based care models on musculoskeletal outcomes. Dr. Payan is a member of the Physicians for Criminal Justice Reform and is an outspoken advocate for the integration of mental health services into clinical care and access to care for incarcerated patient populations. Recognized with the AMA Excellence in Medicine Leadership Award, Dr. Payan is a published author of over 60 peer-reviewed articles and a thought leader in global health equity. He also serves on the board of Orthopedic Relief Services International, working to improve healthcare access worldwide. Please help me in welcoming back to Icahn Mount Sinai our alumnus, Dr. Christian Payan.
Good afternoon, and congratulations on embarking on this remarkable journey. It is truly an honor to stand here before you on such a momentous occasion in your careers. I can recall my white coat ceremony. I remember sitting in those seats, brimming with excitement, anticipation, maybe a little bit of trepidation. And at that time, I couldn't fully grasp the magnitude of the path ahead, how profoundly I would be challenged, shaped, and ultimately transformed in the subsequent years. I can't fully prepare you for what's to come, but I'm one of three boys, and my mom likes to say that good things come in threes. So I'm going to share three guiding principles that have illuminated my path and that I hope will illuminate your path in the next 4 years. Purpose, perseverance, and perspective. Now, each of you comes here today with your own unique aspirations and motivations, and your purpose is the driving force that brought you to medicine. It's a deeply personal compass that's going to guide you through the complexities of this profession. Now, for me, that purpose was a pursuit of a more just and equitable health system. I was driven by the desire not only to heal individual patients, but also to address the broader systemic issues that affect entire communities. And when I was sitting in your seats, I started Medical Students for Haiti. This drove me to work there. And I still remember witnessing firsthand the impact that resource limitations have on patient outcomes. This purpose also led me to deep dive into health policy, into addressing the social drivers of health, and to build and scale an AI technology driven for the underserved. For each of you, your purpose will be different. Perhaps it's the ambition to innovate and invent new medical devices that revolutionize patient care. Maybe it's the commitment to provide excellent primary care in the community that you grew up, giving back to those who shaped you. Some of you will become dedicated physician educators or talented entrepreneurs. Whatever it is that drove you to sit in those seats, embrace it wholeheartedly, and always remember to let your values guide the value you place on your role in medicine. So reflect deeply on what drives you. Be true to your own purpose, and let it be the North Star that guides your journey. And seek out mentors who are living the vision you have for yourself. They're all around you. I had plenty when I was going through medical school here at Mount Sinai. They are going to be so valuable to you in the next 4 years. Perseverance. We often hear people say they're searching for the light at the end of the tunnel. In medicine, that tunnel is long. And it's long and it's winding, sometimes leaving us yearning for that distant light. But when I reflect back, I've come to realize that the journey itself is the light. Some of the brightest moments in my journey were forged right here at Mount Sinai and during some very challenging times in medical school. One such moment I remember when I was in Haiti. I met a young man who had sustained a horrible acetabulum fracture, and he laid in traction, his legs suspended by frayed ropes, tied to gallons of water, and his 2-year-old daughter and his wife sat by his bedside. And I think what was really frustrating about that situation was that I knew without the proper surgery he was going to develop post-traumatic arthritis, he was going to have chronic pain and disability. And the Haitian surgeons were fully capable of performing the complex surgery he needed, but they lacked the right equipment. That compounded tragedy of having skilled surgeons limited by the lack of resources, that tore me apart. And it was a stark reminder of the profound inequities that exist in healthcare, and a reality that you all will face and that will feel overwhelming. In those moments, it's going to be easy to feel disheartened, but it is precisely in those moments that I ask that you reach down and grasp onto perseverance. The challenges you face, whether systemic injustices, personal tragedy, or patient struggles, will test your resolve. Remember that perseverance isn't just about enduring hardship, it's about maintaining hope and continuing to strive towards your purpose, even when the path is arduous. The journey itself, with all its challenges, is where you will find the light. Perspective. As you don your white coats today, recognize that this garment is not merely a symbol of your entry into the medical profession. You've heard multiple people say this today, right? It's not just a piece of cloth. I would argue it's not a symbol either. It's a mantle of responsibility, but even beyond that, it's a promise. You all are coming onto this stage and you're making a promise to your future patients and to your loved ones. I remember when I was a resident in 2020 at NYU, that was around the time I guess some of you were graduating from high school. I marched through the streets of New York. This was in the wake of George Floyd's murder. And it was a moment that the nation grappled with deep-rooted racial injustices embedded in our society. These injustices are not confined to the policing or criminal justice system. They permeate our healthcare system as well. And I work at Duke now. I think of the story of Malthias Avery, a 24-year-old Army veteran who died in 1950 after being denied care at Duke Hospital because there were no beds available for black patients. And his death is not a historical tragedy. This is a poignant reminder of some of the same systemic inequities that continue to affect health outcomes today. And here, our medical school is at the crux of East Harlem and the Upper East Side. And there is a tragic duality that you must remain cognizant of over the next 4 years. Living on this fault line of undeniable inequity, you must strive to elevate justice and truth and take the lessons learned from your patients wherever your journey may ultimately take you. It's your perspective as future physicians that must be broad and inclusive. Recognize that factors like race, socioeconomic status, and geography profoundly impact health outcomes. I also really encourage you all to adopt a welcoming approach to those who disagree with your own views. Seek out disagreement and learn from the people who don't think like you do. Learn to diplomatically disagree and try to confront perspectives that clash with your own with curiosity rather than conflict. Embrace this broader perspective and let it inform your actions both inside and outside of the clinic. Medicine really is a noble and demanding profession. I know that we're hearing about how burnt out physicians are and the shrinking healthcare staff availability, but I want you to embrace this promise. This is a profession that's going to challenge you in ways you can't yet imagine, and there are going to be moments of profound joy and deep sorrow. But through it all, I want you to lean on your mentors on this stage and on one another. I have to be honest with you, I don't remember a single step of the Krebs cycle. I don't. And I don't know where my biochemistry textbook is anymore. But I've got a lot of my friends from medical school on speed dial. And those people sitting next to you and the patients you're going to meet, those are the most valuable piece of the next 4 years in your journey. So again, purpose. Let it be the driving force that inspires and sustains you. Perseverance. Embrace the journey with all its challenges And recognize that sometimes being strong means understanding your own weakness and leaning on others. Perspective, cultivate a broad understanding of the forces that impact health and use that awareness to advocate for change and to provide compassionate, equitable care. Don't just look for the right multiple choice answer, seek truth. Strive to understand the larger picture because you're not just treating symptoms, you're confronting systemic forces that impact health. I think I'll close with a quote from James Baldwin. Not everything that is faced can be changed, but nothing can be changed until it is faced. I ask that you all hold on to that quote dearly. Embrace this journey ahead of you. It is an incredible one. I want you to be filled with passion, dedication, and unwavering commitment to your purpose. Congratulations, Mount Sinai students, class of 2028. It has been an honor to give your keynote speech, and it is an incredible opportunity that you have in front of you. Thank you very much.
Okay, it is time. Good afternoon. My name is Dr. Rainier Soriano. I am the Senior Associate Dean for Curricular Affairs, and it's truly an honor to stand in front of you today to be part of this special ceremony. To our students, as I call each of your names, I invite you to come forward to the stage to be coded by your career and professional development advisor. At Icahn Mount Sinai, it is a proud tradition for your advisor to have the honor of coding you, symbolizing the guidance and mentorship that will support you throughout your medical education. Students will be called in alphabetical order by learning communities. Please refer to the learning communities list in your program to follow along as I invite our students to the stage. And now, it is my pleasure to introduce the 10 distinguished physicians who will be coding the students from their respective learning communities. I begin with Dr. Theodore C. Bania, Assistant Professor in the Department of Emergency Medicine, who will code the students in his learning community. It's not a contest, but you may applaud. Angelo Angioni. Ima Luisa Breber. Henry Diamond Pott. Princess Edemobi. That's how you do it. Nina Feinstein. Shivani Kulkarni. Minwoo Kwon. Alexandra Parpunas. Chipora Shine. Srivatsan Swaminathan. Luca Valdivia. Daniel Aaron Webster. And Vincent Zhang. Next, Dr. Emily Carroll, Assistant Professor in the Department of Medicine, Division of Rheumatology, is here to quote her students. Vanessa Miracle Indidiamaka Ajay. Yezan Ella Sadi. Ritvik Boducherla. Sachiv Chakravarti. Christina Kuzmai. Francesca Doctors. Sri Gorikonda. Martha McDonald. Joshua Martins Caulfield. Vineet Vaidila. Abhinav Vempati. And Ashley Wade. Next, Dr. Caroline Cromwell, Associate Professor in the Department of Medicine, Division of Hematology, will be placing the white coat on her students. Sophie de Betancourt. Anna Eberwein. Ezra Fader. Eric Gong. Charu Jain. Lily Liebner. Andre Metzger. Emmanuel Oshodi. Amanda Paredes Barbado. Alejandro Serrado Guillen. Julian Snyder. And Lydia Wu. I now welcome Dr. Sharon Edwards, professor in the Jack and Lucy Clark Department of Pediatrics, who will be coding her students. Ishani Bansal. Michael Gallagher. Anyudeep Gullah. Kara Kizelbosch. Kathleen Meininger. Vikas Ashish Rana. Grace Randall. Zeppelin Villalobos. Bishoy Yaub. Alan Zhang. And Andrew Zhu. Next, we have Dr. Beverly Forsyth, professor in the Department of Medicine, Division of Infectious Diseases, will have the honor of quoting her group of students. Olifisayo Atanda Ogunleya. Sofia de Oliveira. Moitri Dar. Grace McMahon DiGiovanni. Abhijit Garawal. He was speechless. Jonathan Wynn. Kang Shun Ki. George William Wilding Kramer. Shruti Mavuri. Benjamin Nikitin. Thomas Perillo. And Gray Rika. Next, Dr. Allison T. Galt, Associate Professor in the Jack and Lucy Clark Department of Pediatrics, Division of General Pediatrics, is here to quote her students. Caleb Ellis. Jaime Gonzalez. Ashley Guo. Alexis Hatch. Carolyn Lai. Catherine Langer. Michael Lee. Tarun Matikali. Kevin Nguyen. Elizabeth Ruppel. Rebecca Tajeram. And Carlson Zucker. Next, we have Dr. Meredith Wepner-Grossman, Associate Professor in the Jack and Lucy Clark Department of Pediatrics, Division of General Pediatrics, will quote her students. Aditi Doifode. We know her too. Eliana Elikan. Capriana Jung. Junwon Kim. Benjamin Levin. Om Nafade. Veer Shah. Noah Silverbeck. Ryan Smolarski. Alyssa Steinbaum. Mohammed Yusuf Ali. And Jillian Zipersky. I am pleased to introduce Dr. Craig Katz, clinical professor in the Department of Psychiatry, who will coach the students in his learning community. Chukwueloka Anemelu. Diego Banuet Gonzalez. Adeline Chu. Olivia First. Matt Jagodnik. Jamie Leshley. Manav Midha. Diana Soraya Shari. Laura Shakir. Prabjot Singh. Catherine Gingras Stark. And Jamie Zhang. Next, Dr. Roberto Posada, professor in the Jack and Lucy Clark Department of Pediatrics, will coach his students in his learning community. Shreya Deshmukh. Tanner Fromm. Sabrina Liu. Caleb Massimi. Je Merotra Varma. Isabella Miro. Matthew Shoji Miyasaka. Con Oral. Seema Sajan. Ronit Sethi. And Laurel Elizabeth Wong. Finally, Dr. Talia Swartz, Senior Associate Dean for MD PhD Education, Director of the Medical Scientist Training Program, and Associate Professor of Medicine, Division of Infectious Diseases, will have the privilege of quoting her students. Aruba Ahmed. Hamza Ahmed. Selena Ding. Adam Eberly. Adam Kennett. Madison Leone. Kristen Lewis. Tedo Newt. Natalia Rodriguez Rodriguez. Esther Saw. Eric Vaughn. And Daniel Vaz. So congratulations, class of 2028. I now invite you to stand, turn around, and face your loved ones so they can join us in applauding you as you proudly wear your white coats. Thank you. Please be seated. It is now my pleasure to introduce Dr. Elizabeth Singer, Associate Professor of Emergency Medicine and Medical Education and Executive Director of the Mount Sinai Human Rights Program. I'd like to ask Dr. Elizabeth Singer to this podium. The Mount Sinai Human Rights Program provides medical assessments, mental health evaluations, and a range of social and community services to U.S. asylum seekers who have survived torture and human rights abuses. Dr. Singer will now administer the student oath.
Congratulations, class of 2028. We are now entering into the 13th year of a Mount Sinai tradition, asking our first-year medical students to come together to draft and ratify their own student oath. Through this process, our students were given the opportunity to establish, commit to, and share the professional ideals that will govern their time at the Mount Sinai School of Medicine and beyond. During their practice of medicine course, groups of students each generated what they held to be their most important ideal as they embark on their medical education and career. Representatives from each of their groups then worked with Dr. Craig Katz to combine these ideals into the oath that you're about to hear. I now ask our first-year students to stand, turn around and face your loved ones in the audience, and join me as we recite your student oath. You can find the oath on the last page of your program. Let us begin. As medical students, we strive to be active leaders in the science and art of medicine devoting ourselves to lifelong learning, dynamic thinking, empathic doing, and unyielding advocacy. We therefore pledge to remain grateful for the sacrifice that brought us to this profession and the opportunity of our education, to walk with our patients in their healing journey through listening, learning, and humility in recognition of their dignity, to always appreciate the trust of our patients and accept the responsibility with which it comes, to avoid complacency and stand up for justice in our communities, to fearlessly advocate for equitable access to care, to practice without judgment, bias, or prejudice, to be humbly inspired by our patients in order to nurture our intellectual curiosity and evolution as physicians, scientists, and community members, to have compassion for our patients, our colleagues, and ourselves, to tackle inevitable challenges with tenacity and persistent optimism. Today, as we recite these words, we pledge to act on them tomorrow and always. I was going to say, can we have a round of applause, but we already had that, so thank you. You can all be seated. Thank you so much.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Mercedes Perez Rodriguez, and I'm an associate professor in psychiatry. I direct the medical student clerkship in psychiatry, and I'm also the associate director of medical student education in the Department of Psychiatry. And it's really a pleasure to be here. And I am going to lead the faculty in their medical oath. So just as the medical student oath was written and ratified by the Icahn Mount Sinai class of 2028, our faculty participated in a similar process. They discussed and submitted their highest ideals as medical educators, and these ideals were incorporated in the Mount Sinai Medical Educator Oath, which we will recite today. I now ask all faculty members of the Icahn School of Medicine at Mount Sinai to stand up and join me in the Medical Educator Oath. The Department of Medical Education's mission is to nurture a visionary community of students, staff, faculty, and leaders who are committed to advancing exceptional clinical care and science that is free of racism and oppression in all its forms. So in the last page of the program, we can start reading the Medical Educator Oath. We, the faculty, seek to embody this mission and so pledge the following to you, our students, in our effort to help you to become the best possible physicians and your best possible selves. So we pledge to serve as models for caring, competent, and unbiased care of our patients, to engage you in the joy and privilege of practicing the art and science of medicine and the rewards of learning for life, to uphold the highest standards in scientific and medical research, to inspire you to respect the art and science of medicine, but also to question the status quo, to recognize that our opportunity to teach is also our opportunity to learn, to not just teach, but also nurture, to share both our craft and ourselves, to demonstrate that self-examination means as much as examinations, to be kind in evaluating you and ourselves, to never lose sight of our wellness and the wellness of all of those around you, to have the courage to stand up for the oppressed and vulnerable and against prejudice and racism in all that we do, to be aware of our own biases and those around us and strive to eliminate them, to meet you where you are and get you where you want to be. And finally, to never forget as physicians, scientists, and educators what we know as human beings. Thank you, everyone. Everyone can sit.
Well, I'll tell you, the front of the room has transformed. You look amazing up here in all your white coats, so congratulations. And I'd like to say a special thank you to Dr. Singer and Dr. Perez Rodriguez for taking us through our oaths. At this time, I also would like to take a moment to recognize our philanthropic donors and our alumni community for their continued efforts in supporting our students and this white coat ceremony. Each year, the Icahn School of Medicine alumni, faculty, and supporters sponsor the purchase of our students' stethoscopes and white coats. So please join me in thanking everyone who has contributed. We are also very grateful to the many donors and board members who support our students through gifts to our scholarship and financial aid programs. We appreciate their contributions and the incredible generosity of all our benefactors. Yes, please. And now I would like to ask Dr. Alexis Colvin, Professor of Orthopedic Surgery and Senior Associate Dean of Alumni Affairs, to say a few words regarding the alumni community. Dr. Colvin?
Congratulations on not just starting medical school, but also joining a family of incredible students and alumni. It's a family bound by a shared commitment to healing, compassion, and the pursuit of knowledge. I hope you take advantage of all of the opportunities to learn from them, both within the institution and beyond. You might meet a future mentor through our Alumni Connect mentorship program, which pairs alums with current medical students, or attend a small group Alumni Connect meeting where you can meet with a diverse range of alums to discuss career paths and benefit from the wisdom of their experience. In closing, I just want to say how honored I am to be able to welcome you at the beginning of your Icahn School of Medicine journey, and I will also be here at the end to welcome you into our alumni community. Congratulations and best of luck.
So I would take a moment right now to thank the Department of Medical Education faculty and staff who you see all around today for their assistance in making this a huge success. As you can imagine, there are endless details to manage and to ensure that today's ceremony is a wonderful experience for you. Not just for you, our students, being coded, but also for all of you who have supported their journey. We are very proud of our team and the care they put into every detail of this ceremony, so please offer them a round of applause. So the 27th annual Icahn School of Medicine at Mount Sinai White Coat Ceremony has officially concluded. Students, I ask that you please remain seated where you are for our traditional white coat ceremony photo. Guests, we invite you to exit at this time and enjoy the reception in the lobby and lounge outside the hall. Thank you all for being part of today's, and congratulations.